Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Unification cast this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 2 vs 2 on Marconia. Playing on Team 1 as the Fallen Angels, we've got Iru Kuku, and we've got Khorne Berserk playing as the World Eaters. So Team 2 playing as the Blood Angels, we've got Usla no Alexa, and we've got Vaskia Ogrin playing as the Imperial Fists. So here we are, it's the Horus Heresy, we've got the stalwart Imperial Fists, and the Bloodthirsty, oh, I'm going the wrong way, haha, there we go. What a wonderful opening, Mr. Landshark. Yeah, so we've got the stalwart Imperial Fists, and the Bloodthirsty Blood Angels, up against the Bloodthirsty World Eaters, and the mischievous and flexible Fallen Angels. So yeah, I mean, is this, you know, unity and heresy and loyalty? Are they basically kind of quasi the same faction? I don't know. I'm just asking questions. Is it wrong to ask questions? Who really knows? But I'm very excited to see the Imperial Fist. It's been many, many a moon since we've seen the Banana Boys themselves come out to witness the thickness. And they are coming out with some Breacher Siege Marines able to carry around that heavy cover, which will be mighty fine and mighty useful in any kinds of prolonged firefight engagements, which will be happening against the Fallen Angels. Although, up against the World Eaters, I mean, these guys aren't known for their ranged capability. Although we are seeing some Khorne Marines, so you know what, ignore me. There will be some ranged opportunities going on here. As well as that Dark Apostle with his friendly friends. What colour are you wearing today? You are wearing all of the darkness and all of the... No, look at that contrast. White robes, black armour, and these guys are not looking very too keen on following the Dark Apostle, but that's their job. And you know what? No one likes the day job. Just get on with it, young man and or woman beneath those robes. Breach Marines will be slammed down by the Dark Apostle, and with his friends is able to bring around a whole manner of dark, malicious abilities and such, mostly in a supporting kind of manner. But thankfully, on the steps of this platform, struggling to keep up with them, got the Siege Captain, Vin Diesel himself, coming out looking less tan than he did in the previous editions of Unification. But we'll see what he could do up against the Dark Apostle. All his minions. The minions just watch, not really there to do anything other than just kind of jitter around. He's actually getting absolutely slapped down. We do have some Raptor veterans from the Fallen Angels coming in. One thing that the Imperial Fists have got in spades is firepower. Their Tech Marines, while they are builders, they do come out with plasma pistols, flamers, a powerful close combat weapon as well, and commander armor in a tournament that we saw many, many years ago. I say many years ago, like as if we've been doing this for a while. Although, mind you, we're coming up to the 3rd year anniversary of this channel. In fact, it might even be today. I don't actually know the actual day that the 3rd year anniversary will be on. I do have a special video planned, probably in February though, because that is where the ad revenue is a little bit better than January. There's no money in YouTube in January, and am I selfish? I absolutely am. The Raptor veterans keeping on top of the Blood Angels. The Blood Angels have not really pushed out of their base all that much, he says. No, they're just capping their nearest and dearest as they are wont to do. Trying to engage these guys with their little robes on. Whatever you do when a Raptor veteran jump packs over you, don't look upwards, otherwise he might see up his skirt. And that'd just be very rude and impolite. But plenty of combat shotguns to keep these guys on the back foot, so those Raptor veterans will be doing a bad show up to them. Imperial Fist capturing their outside listing post. I'm not sure what the Raptor veterans are trying to achieve here. Now, thinking of unit compositions, or should I say team compositions, the Blood Angels and the Imperial Fist are natural allies. As the, well, I mean, these guys, low and slow, that's their temper, but they're, you know, once they get someone entrenching, very hard to move out. And the Blood Angels can add a little bit of spice to their defensiveness by being a little bit aggressive. Whereas it kind of works out the same, really, for the World Eaters and the Fallen Angels. Fallen Angels, they're kind of like water, they just basically fit whatever kind of vessel you put them in. Able to do basically everything. Maybe not as well as other factions, but kind of like the loyalist vanilla Space Marines, do a bit of everything. And the World Eaters, much like the Blood Angels, just adding a bit of aggression to the mix. But not seeing Khorne Berserk being too open with his aggression at the moment. Those some Blood Pact Warriors, very cheap. Oh, where's my camera going? It happens. That's the most common camera glitch I have on the channel, but there we go. Plenty of aggression. Also close combat units being supported by the Khorne Knight Marines. But this heavy cover absolutely negating that incoming fire. Not sure why Khorne Berserk went for the ranged option, knowing that there was going to be some Breach Marines. I mean, if you're going up against Imperial Fists, that's just to be expected. It's their capping unit, and sometimes you will see Imperial Fist players more or less go exclusively for these until they get into Tier 2 and Tier 2.5. Assault Scout Squad's not really faring all that well against these Raptor veterans now. They've lost a couple of their models, but the Tech Marines are ready to join in the fight if those guys push them too far backwards. Grenade launch from the Zealots being a bit of a pain, but are you... Why did you explode then? Is it mines? It is mines! They've got minding their own business, if you pardon that wonderful pun, and sending the Dark Apostles flying a million miles away from the... Oh no, the... Oh, did you die? Yep, the Dark Apostle did die. But he's got his friends, he's got his disciples in there, which is quite handy. Means that they don't have to rebuild them straight from the HQ. And all the Raptor veterans kind of hiding in that heavy cover. They do have the flamers, burning these Assault Scout squads to a crisp. But not quite getting a squad wipe on them just yet. But look at him, he's brave, he's bold, he's brash. But been bonked on the head before they're being kicked in the face. Oh, the Tech Marines are an island unto themselves. The Siege Marines saying, hey, you can't have the heavy cover, we're meant to have the heavy cover. This is not fair. And the actual damage output for the Breach Marines isn't exactly amazing. They're meant to use their durability to outlast any kind of incoming damage and slowly whittle down an opponent. But if they're in heavy cover as well, then they're just basically shafted in a polite way. Also, I don't know why every time I load up a Ultimate Apocalypse game, the Russian text goes away. So I don't know if the Ultimate Apocalypse team have got something against the Russian alphabet. Maybe there's a bit of drama, maybe there's some sort of reaction video I can do to that. Well, to be fair, if I ever became a reaction YouTube person, that's how you know I've been kidnapped. And doing it against my will. Comes a Razorback, so Tier 2 for the Blood Angels. No anti-vehicle stuff at the moment, and the Raptor veterans cannot really get anything anti-vehicle-y. Whereas the Raptors for the Core Marines can do that, if they wanted to. We'll be breaking down the listening post. Flying away one squad just to stay alive. Dark Apostle refusing to stop being aggressive for even 5 seconds. I'm not sure what he's going to do when he catches the Razorback. He won't do that much damage, but I'm not sure why this amount of micro is going on with the Razorback, but hey up, every bit of health matters. Realistically, the only HP point that matters is the last one. Now going to turn their attention to the Raptor veterans. Actually, no, yeah, okay, one strike does a little bit of damage, so maybe that makes sense to not engage too far with him. But now the disciples, they've been shot down, and he's on his own at the moment. But so far, Team 2 have been very much on the defensive. The Fallen Angels, the Heretic Astartes, have got the map control. They've got the Relic in the centre. And there's only one Relic on this map, isn't there? My lying eyes are not deceiving me. Yep, there's only one Relic. And the World Eaters have it. But this poor Dark Apostle now being surrounded on all sides by triple Razorbacks. You only get 3? But they are remarkably useful. Very versatile and also pack a lot of punch for what you pay for them. The Core Knight Marines have gone for a couple of melter guns. So a swift transition into anti-vehicle. Breaks down those Razorbacks relatively swiftly. And why was there a lot of micro against the Dark Apostle, but then against the melter guns they kind of just sat there? You slow no Alexa. You're a perplexing man indeed. Maybe he had an idea. He's now going to build up a progenitor barracks. Yeah, seeing those melter guns, probably infantry is now what you want to see. Assault Rhino to keep your boys on the move. I know a full-blown two-pronged assault going up against the Blood Angels, which means that the Imperial Fist will have to come in to save the day. Powerful Siege Dreadnought, double flamers, and one Zealot managing to survive. Will be chased down by that Siege Dreadnought. Just look at him. As I've said before on a previous cast a while ago, it does look like it's just a small Space Marine piloting the Dreadnought, which I absolutely love. But yeah, it's been boofed on both sides. Imperial Fists occupying that heavy cover to make sure that no one gets wise of their tricks. Just use it against them. But can't play defensive in an aggressive manner. got to actually come in and do something. Assault Rhino bobbing and weaving in betwixt the Core Knight Marines. Machine Bastard doing a good job actually holding these guys back a little bit. A Dreadnought attempting to be spawned forth. And one singular squad of Devastators coming from the Progenitor Barracks. Although you do not come out... Yeah, no. Sadly, the Blood Angels Devastators don't come out with any heavy weapons. You actually need to research that on your own. But they don't need any armory. Oh no, they do need armory. But you've got one, so it's fine. So managing to fend off those Core Knight Marines, although there's one squad still amongst their base. Siege Dreadnought over here taking care of the remainder of this saddle. The Raptors have just jumped over. Start spanking this Thermo Plasma Generator. And it's not looking pretty for the Loyalists at the moment. Siege Marines have decided to ignore what's going on here. They've also got a couple of Apothecaries. So Vasya Ogrin going pure long-term attrition. Nothing's going to be killing these boys anytime soon. They've also gone for a couple of combi weapons, Melter, and also some plasma pistols on their squads as well. So this is actually looking like quite a terrifying force. Got some Teeth of Khorne, all armed with long weapons. Are you... Your autocannons, aren't you? If I'm not mistaken. Which is different from the usual heavy bolters that most heavy weapons teams come out of. But Siege Marine comes over, bonks the floor, knocks everyone over. And also stuns them quite considerably as well. So they're going to have to stick around for a little while longer than they otherwise would want to. Well, the Raptor Veterans, ideal counter against the Breacher Siege Marines, as the heavy cover means nothing against close combat units. These guys will be pummeled to the ground, while also inside the Blood Angels base. Mischief is afoot. Thankfully, the Dreadnought and the Assault Rhino will be doing some stuff with them. Also, donation received from the Blood Angels, giving a fair bit of cash over to the Siege Marines. A Berserker Dreadnought to see what they could do against the Siege Marines. The Siege Dreadnought going to fall back into a safer position. Let's have a quick glance at the economy as well. Things are going on. Fallen Angels 104 and 50 and 135 and 62 compared to 50 and 40 and 92 and 70. But the Blood Angels do have a spare bit of money saved up, so actually, even though their economy is a bit shite, they're, you know, they've got some bounce back ability. But it's just the Imperial Fists engaging in glorious combat in the centre. I've not done much to really burst through. You would expect them to bash this listening post and maybe trying to contest the Relic in the centre, but Vasya Ogrin biting off more than he could chew there. I've got a couple of Zealots hiding in the heavy cover as a Dreadnought unleashing mighty retribution upon these guys. Unlike other Dreadnoughts that come out with two punching fists, this Dreadnought's got no option. One gun is, well, one fist is replaced by assault cannon. No matter what you want, that's what you get. Tactical Veteran Sergeant joining the ranks of the Zealots, but will be falling down relatively, but do manage to get that listing post. So pretty darn useful. Attempt the decap as well. Can he get it? Just to be a real nuisance. They do just manage to get it. What an absolute pain in the backside. Lexa not feeling the vibes here. Here comes a Berserker Dreadnought. And he's got two stabby bits. So close combat. He'll be shafting down that Dreadnought at double the speed. But the Blood Angels have got a missile launcher, so that should, in theory, give them the edge that they need. There we go. A little bit of damage. Berserker Dreadnought says goodnight. And, oh, yep, it does look like he goes to sleep. That's what he's doing. He's not dead, boys and girls. He's just sleeping. It's a PG cast. That's what's going on here. Veterans still out and about. Again, very surprising. Quite often, players will just throw their jump units into the fray, expecting them to die, but Irukuku is keeping the boys blowing. Looks like the Dreadnought threw a grenade over there, setting them on fire, but doesn't seem to have done that much. And double melter bombs. Sending that Dreadnought back from whence they came. And oh dear, where on earth did you guys come from? Taking a long way for a flank. Now in tier 3 though, is useful on Alex. I don't know if taking up into tier 3 was the correct plan when you've got literally no army for you. But the Imperial Fists devastated Centurions. They've got a chaplain in there as well, apothecaries, and more breach of siege marines. Now, the devastated marines, you're going to go for some graviton cannons, which should switch off, if I'm not mistaken, some of these units. Will you lose your HQ? I can only imagine you will. Some powerful units are these there. If the Blood Angels... I assume you've rebuilt your base somewhere, or at least your HQ. Do you have any builder units? Oh no, you've got no builder units. What a shit. Hold on, let me sort my camera out. Yeah, you've not rebuilt things. What a shame. Oh no. That's a sad time in the pipelines. Now, giving all his money to the Imperial Fists is going to be a hard uphill battle for Vasya Ogrin, but he's been given loads of extra money. Let's watch from his perspective. Hold on, yep. He's got a lot of money. He's high in the tiers, but it's now 2 versus 1. Vindicator goes up against all these T for Con. They've got a whole bunch of auto cannons, but this AoE damage coming from the Vindicator is going to be absolutely wrecking face against these guys with no anti-vehicle stuff on the go for them. Siege Dreadnought also just soloing all these Raptors. He's bonking them with his left hand, setting them on fire with his right hand. And the Centurions have finished their job over here. Looks like the Blood Angels have given up, but that does mean that the Imperial Fist can come over and start reclaiming some of their bits and bobs for themselves. That's what the Breacher Marines are going to go and do. So one souped up Imperial Fist player up against the devastating forces of chaos. It's still all to play for. Vasya Ogrin is a player you can't really turn your nose apart. He's been playing this game for longer than you've probably been at school. I don't really know that, but you know, I mean, that's the story I'm going to go with. Double Nephilim jet fighters, a couple of Raptor veterans. They are going to start smashing down the siege generator. Going to be a major problem for the Imperial Fists, as they can only build one, and that is where they get all their green money from. Thankfully, they've got loads saved up there, so not a major problem at the moment, but they will certainly start feeling it later on. Rapier laser destroyers, limit 2, but should be great defending against these air units if they should come in again. And only tier 1 listing posts. All of the Imperial Fist's vast wealth has come from just sharing and caring. And now the Assault Centurions bashing down the Blood Mechanicum. These close combat orientated dudes are not going to be faring all that well against the Hellfire Dreadnought. But they've got some supporting fire from the devastated Centurions. Off in the distance, the Vindicators are doing stuff, so Vasya Ogrin is fighting multiple battles in one engagement. Core Knight Havocs, all armor las cannons. Not going to do much against the heavy infantry of the Assault Centurions, but just in case those Vindicators come knocking on the door, that's what their main stay is going to stop. Siege Dreadnought still chasing after these Raptor veterans, although he is very close to death. Gotta be careful with that. Very risky putting the Vindicators on this area. Oh, what are you? You are a Demon Prince of Khorne. He's going to get a flanking maneuver on the Vindicators. Vindicators blasting down the Havocs as best they can. Nephilim jet fighters opening fire on the flanks of the Vindicators. But they've managed to more or less wipe out a good chunk of this long-range fire from the World Eaters. But can they stop the Demon Prince of Khorne from utterly slapping everyone about? Vindicator goes down. It's just the Centurions left on this side. Trying to use their graviton guns to turn him off, but can't turn him off. He's always turned on, this kid. He just loves a little bit of slap and tickle in melee combat. Over here as well, the Raptor veterans are inside the base. I'm sorry, I'm probably giving you guys vertigo. There we go, relatively normal. In fact, Miss Lanchak, press backspace, that'll sort you out. Tempted to go for a Stormhawk intercept. Limit 1, why is that? Why 4 is that? Unification devs. Either way, there's no point pushing out if you're going to lose your base. You've managed to kill the listing post in the centre. Do a little bit of damage on the outskirts, but... Oh, you've killed the Demon Prince of Khorne, very good. Well done, chaps. You are sacrificing a significant amount of stuff inside your base. Armor destroyers are dead. Your armory is about to go down. We will be rebuilding your heavy army, or your heavy armor fortification outside the base. Siege control is taking a bit of damage. Come on. I'm rooting for you, Vasirogrin. I love an underdog story. Flames from the Centurions break the morale of the Raptors and they jump straight away. They've done the damage. They don't need to stick around and risk life and limb. Over here, the Siege Marines are capturing everything they can get a hold of at the moment. So the economy is pretty substantial for the Imperial Fists. And with their Centurions, that's going to be quite a tough nut to crack. Especially when they've got their Vindicators. You know, good lord, like, most of their units have got limits. Well, there we go. Rogal Dorn is a man who knows his limits. He's like, you can't have too much fun, my sons. You must play within your own boundaries. Could do some dedicated anti-vehicle stuff, but I suppose the Centurions are doing what they can. I know, right, okay, this Vindicator is able to fire upwards, which is very unusual. Normally Vindicators cannot fire upwards. But there we go. That's the flexibility you want to see. Every weapons team's been bonked everywhere. And a deep breath of relief from the Imperial Fist. A moment of relaxation. What else are you going to build up? You're going to get some just regular Space Marine squads. I suppose at this point, just anything. Anything is better than nothing. You've already got quite a solid core of damage. So just something to support will be a mighty fine addition. What are you going for inside your bases at the moment? Not much. Oh, right, no, you're going for a Tier 1 Titan unlock, so a bit risky. You could probably get a lot more stuff out, but I do appreciate going for the big units. Come on, Berserk, a man who likes his flashy stuff. Why win simply when you can win epically? A Leman Russ battle tank. Space Marines are coming out. Now, the Imperial Fist Space Marines do have an ability where they're all able to temporarily equip missile launchers, which made them quite a potent anti-vehicle unit temporarily. Kind of like how the Noise Marines for the Emperor's Children work. Just a lot cooler, I guess. Here comes a sizable fighting force. But leaving those Vindicators on the back lines, just to maybe lull these guys into a false sense of security. Here they come. And one going for each squad as well, knocking all that firepower down. Very nice little attention to detail there. Centurions there saying no thank you to this blood tower. We are just saying go away to your tech. And how much money do you have, World Eaters? Not much. For why? I suppose you're spending it on just all your Titans and stuff. And a Sicarian battle tank. Can that pull it back? I wonder. Over here, double Leman Russ battle tanks. All the Space Marines are dead over here. But they are holding the line. That's all they need to do. Hold the line while the Devastators and the Centurions and all this stuff do their stuff. HQ is down. Vindicator is firing every which way. Raptor veterans just stunned at what to do as the indomitable sons of Rogal Dorn are doing everything on their own. Strong, independent men. These Siege Marines still in the capping game. My goodness, my gracious, just when you think you've seen it all, well, there's always more to see in this crazy game we call Dawn of War. Vindicator still cracking open some shots. Assault Centurions, they've finished mopping up in the base. Vindicators, they're all about to go down. And the Sicarian battle tank soon to come out, although, mind you, Leman Russ battle tanks are inside, or at least about to go inside the Imperial Fist base. Sicarian battle tank has spawned. Assault Centurions been shot down on. Oh, Vasirogrin, why? For why? You had a chance, man. The chances were slim. I mean, yes, okay, you had Leman Russ tanks and Vengeances and okay, maybe a literal Titan unit. blasting through your boys. But oh, there was a chance, man. There was a glimmer of hope. I believed for a second. Oh, you made me believe, but that was not the case. And to be fair, no, there was no chance. I mean, yeah, okay, you killed all the Scubbins up here, but I mean, we were about to see Blitz Squads, Mutilators, loads of other stuff as well. I mean, what, heavy weapons teams? Yeah, it was not going to happen for you. But what a mighty attempt at that. So there we go. So cheers, boys and girls, for watching at home. And if you want to support the channel, have a look at the old Patreon. £1 a month gets you once again a week, and there's also Discord, where Discord things happen. Links in the description as always. Mine's been Mr. Landshark, pleasure's always never short, and I'll see you in a bit. Peace.